Right now this is unrecognizable as it's going to be chili. And what I did was I took a lot of garden vegetables that was frozen. I have a quart of the chopped green bell peppers. I have a quart of, these are actually green onions that I chopped at the end of the season where I had a good many leftovers. So there's a quart of those, a quart of the peppers, and I have approximately a gallon of tomatoes with the skins on, which will, you have to guesstimate. I used about a half of a bag, a 2-gallon freezer bag, for, I'm going to be making like 4 times the recipe of chili, because I make it up, I freeze it for later use when I make up big quantities when I'm able to do it. So this here is a quart of frozen tomato juice. So what I'm going to do, and you can see how far it comes up on this large spaghetti pot. I'm going to put this in the oven. I'm going to try around 350. This is my newest experiment with my garden vegetables. I'm going to put the oven at 350. I'm going to use an oven-safe stainless steel. I like to use the stainless steel. I don't want the interaction of the tomatoes, the acidity, with another type of surface, and I just think the stainless steel surface is a better choice especially when you're talking acidy foods. So I'm going to start this. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to go ahead and get this started at 350. So that way it will thaw out these vegetables, and at a later point then I will I will add the rest of the stuff. I'll put it on top of the stove at that point and take it from there. Okay, it's been about an hour and 10 minutes. My concoction, it looks pretty sick looking at this point, that I had in the oven at 350 for about an hour and 10 minutes. I took and I chopped up the tomato juice as it was still in a solid form, but the tomatoes is all loosened up and falling good. So I figure probably one more hour at 350 should do it, as far as they should be completely thawed, and at which time I'll be able to have my chopped up vegetables, and which I'm going to use some celery, fresh celery. The rest of this stuff was all frozen, so I'll use some celery and grated carrots and fresh garlic, and I will saute that and add to this in about an hour. Next phase of my chili, I have the frozen that's still in the oven, and it's been getting close to 2 hours, and I grated 2 carrots and about 4 stalks of celery, and I put 4 hot peppers. Now I'm making like 4 times the recipe, so I will be using like 4 large cans of the light kidney beans. This is optional. You don't have to put celery in. I like celery in my spaghetti sauce, so I'm going to put some celery in today with this. 4 stalks of celery, 2 carrots, about 8 to 9 cloves of fresh garlic is in there, and I used 4 jalapeno peppers, hot peppers in here. They were frozen from the garden. So you just saute this a couple minutes just to soften them up a little bit, so they're ready to add. And also, this is around 2 to 3 pounds of hamburger. I don't like to overdo the hamburger. I like to go with a lot of the vegetables, so that will go in. So this will be the next stage. Now this is starting to take on the look of chili. The frozen stuff has softened up. The skins of the tomatoes are coming to the top and can be, you know, picked out really easy because I froze them with the skin on. So in here I've added 4 large cans of kidney beans. I like the light red, drained good, because you can't get away from corn syrup in everything, and it's even in the canned beans. So you want to drain them good. If you have anybody with diabetes, you might even want to rinse them, rinse that sugary water off of the beans. Plus, it's the wrong kind of salt that they add. The sea salt doesn't seem to raise blood pressure like table salt. So idealistically, if you rinse the beans, would be all the better to get the bad salt off in the corn syrup. So I used the 4 cans of the beans and 2 large cans of tomato sauce. I like the Hunt's. I've tried others and I can't go them, so I'm just using Hunt's. So then now I'm going to just put it on the stove. It's been about a total of almost 2.5 hours now that I left it in the oven while I was sauteing the fresh vegetables and the hamburger. So now it's just a matter of adding the spices. I did add the juice of a lemon in it. Some people add a little sugar. I don't add the sugar. So there is, I use a lot of sea salt. There's 2 tablespoons of sea salt in this, but this is almost a full spaghetti pot. This is 4 times the recipe. So there it is. Now I'm just going to leave it simmer along for an hour, or whenever it seems that the spices have blended well enough.